Hey everyone, stick with Us versus Herd. If it's your first time here with the content, hit subscribe. If you want to get notifications from when we go live, tap the bell. We go live Monday through Friday, 30 minutes before market open. If you want to join the UVH fam, our community, links are below in the description to our Discord and our options trading group on Facebook. If you're here right now, say what up. We have the S&Ps up 8, Dow's up 127, and NASDAQ down 17. Kind of a mixed day going into the open. I hope you all had a good weekend. This is the last. Next weekend's going to be July 4th. Too bad July 4th's not on a weekday this week or this year. Yo, what's going on, Ben, Hank, Jesse, Jeff, Alex, Jack, Hank, Victor, Daniel, Jay Harvin, Carl. What is up? How we doing? Hope you guys had a great day, great weekend. I don't know why, but my muscle, I didn't work out or anything, but I'm feeling very muscle fatigued right now. Like I just worked out for 4 days straight or something. Maybe it's because I just throw around these kids all day. I don't know. But this is a little bit too big. Hold on. My son messed up my stream here. Hold on. Let's fix this real quick. Okay. So let's get into it. Right now, the market is mixed. We have probably, Facebook today probably going to be one of the bigger trades going down. I don't know, honestly, which way it's going to go. It's getting slaughtered. It's coming down to the low 200, which is a bounce area for Facebook. So it's coming down to the low 200. It's currently at 207. It's bounced around 200. Took off quite a bit, broke out to all-time highs, and then, as you know, brands have started to boycott it. There was a whole bunch of boycotts over the weekend. I'm going to see if I could find which stocks were I know Starbucks, Pepsi, Coke. I can't find it right now, but that is the deal right now for Facebook. So Facebook birthday next week. Just saying, yo, Daniel, happy birthday. What day? What day is your birthday? My birthday's coming up too, but not quite yet. It's not quite yet. But yeah, Facebook is interesting now that it's dropped, in 3 days, 4 days, it's dropped from 240 down to 207. So I'm going to be eyeing this area right down in here. It broke through the 10-day, broke through the 50-day now. Next stop, potentially 200 days, currently at 198. So we're going to see what happens. But I'm eyeing the low 200. This week the second, this week. So this week we're ending June on Tuesday, and the second is on Thursday. Facebook catching a falling knife. This is definitely catching a falling knife. This is definitely now. Okay, here's my opinion on Facebook. Okay. And this is the same exact thing happened to YouTube a few years ago. And what happened with YouTube? We can learn from what happened with YouTube. YouTube stock was falling. Advertisers were pulling out because they didn't want to show their ads on certain videos, which makes sense. You don't want your brand associated with certain content. Makes sense. And now the same thing is going through with Facebook. But what YouTube did, or Google, is they're like, hey, we're losing advertisers. We can't have that happen. They're going to throw everything they can at this. Facebook is going to resolve it. So, my personal opinion, not investment advice, But this dip is going to get bought, but the question is when. Right now there's a lot of fear because Facebook hasn't resolved it. So if you're a shareholder, I would definitely be bullish here. Options trading is a lot more tricky because you have to get the timing right. Unless you do like a year out or something. They're gonna fix it. And they're going to fix it soon. I guarantee you they are working on it right now. Like right now. So it's going to get bought. Facebook is one of the best platforms for advertisers. The way that it's even better than YouTube. The way that you can target people on Facebook and what they like, what they're interested in. Their data is the best in the advertising game, and that's why it's really easy to push ads out on there as well. So if they don't, MySpace will come back. I think JT gave up on the MySpace dream, man. Running a social media site's a lot harder than it looks. It's not all beanbag chairs and taco parties. Nowadays, it's about, it's about compliance policy and the government. So that's my 2 cents on Facebook. But it could drop a bit more here, but eventually it's going to get bought. I don't think it's going to come all the way down to like the 130s or 150s. If it does, that'd be like insane. I would definitely buy some shares in the 150s if it came down there. Just crazy. Good news for Boeing. So Boeing got the certification for their 737 MAX to begin flying, and that's why they're pumping up. Man, I just feel like my audio is really loud. I don't know what's going on. Let me know. I don't know. My son comes in here. My son is 5 years old, and he loves video games, and he makes video game videos. And in doing that and making these videos, he takes over my whole setup here, and he screws up all the settings, moves the camera around, and that's why on Mondays everything's all messed up. So Boeing 170 now pushing 180. Can it break the 197-200 area? I think so, but I do think that this could be a flag where it could push up to the upside here. It had a strong push, came back down, pushed back up. This definitely could. Ask your son if Ninja's going to spot. Yo, that stuff with the gaming world though, it's crazy with Microsoft dropping Mixer and then partnering with Facebook Gaming. I don't know how many people are in here into gaming in that type of in that world, in that realm, but I think that's absolutely insane. And Facebook offered Ninja and Shroud to double their contracts. They had a contract, but instead they made Microsoft buy them out so they become free agents. And Ninja got $30 million and Shroud got $10 million. That payout. So they moved to Mixer just a few months ago. Within that few months, they got paid millions. $30 million. I guess that's Microsoft's mistake, not Ninja's or Shroud's. But can you imagine? That's like someone recruiting you and saying, "Hey, you want to come over here? We'll give you $30 million to play with us to be with us or work with us for the foreseeable future, whatever, 10 years, whatever." And then a few months later, they say, "You know what? We don't really want to do this anymore. Here's your money. Just go away. Bye-bye." And it's just so crazy that amount of money, it doesn't matter to Microsoft. It doesn't matter. They waste more money than that. You know, it's crazy. I don't know why. Like for me, in business, I mean, I get the pandemic and they're blaming the pandemic and they're trying to consolidate businesses. But I feel like they had a solid platform, and on top of that, I feel like they didn't put in like effort. You know, when you're starting a new business, you go in. They put more effort on the Microsoft Zune to beat the iPod than they did on Mixer. Mixer, they launched a website, recruited some people with the money that they had, and said, "Good luck, guys." You know, the Zune, they pushed Zune harder than anything, and that thing was complete garbage. I don't know if you guys remember, probably showing my age here. When the iPod came out, for you youngins, when the iPod came out, Microsoft came out with a competitor called the Zune, Z-U-N-E. Look it up. It's the ugliest thing you've probably ever seen when it comes to music. I don't know if I could pull it up here, but it is horrendous. Here you go. Here you go. All these pictures. Microsoft Zune. But it was a complete failure, and yeah, the Microsoft Smart. The only thing Microsoft got right was the Surface, and even then, it's not my favorite device. People love the Zune. All three of them. All three people that had it, if they loved it, good for them. Good for them. But yeah, I mean, I just can't believe Microsoft would kill the gaming platform right before they're going to have Xbox coming out this November. And you best believe I already have that on order. You better believe it. Yo, what's going on, Billy? DKNG dip. All right, so BA, watch out for BA. If you're short BA, watch out. I am long BA, and my position look like hot garbage. However, I do have. I only have 18 days left on this thing, so it's not looking good. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. If Boeing can squeeze here, would be the most ideal situation for me. If they can squeeze some shorts up here to 220, 230. No BA. The thing is, I future habits. I already have a position. It's at like my situation here. My situation on these swing trades, man. Like these swing trades are not looking good. I did sell some premium in AMD, but these swing trades in here, these are like debit spreads and stuff. And this is why I swore them off, because I've just been bag holding these for like a month. This is just like at 90% loss. It's like doing terrible. So right now in this time of uncertainty, I'm mostly focused on my day trading, because the overnight news is so whatever. So this is like the garbage that's left over after taking my profits. People are like, you only have red positions. You're terrible at trading. The reason why I only have red positions is because I took my profits from my green positions, and I'm left with red positions. So here we are. And then I got in Facebook a little bit too early, so we'll see how it plays out. Probably gonna be bad. But we got some time. We got July 24th expiration. We'll see what happens. We might have to get some fancy work. We might have to take the profits from the 255 short call, roll it down. We'll see what happens with Facebook around 200, like I was saying. So that's kind of the situation. It's kind of the situation right now. But right now I'm focusing on day trades. DKNG. And DKNG didn't think it was going to happen, and it happened. It broke the 35, 34 threshold, came down to 33. What's it at now? It was at 33, 34. I mean, it's basically flat pre-market here. I mean, this could go either way. Either the dip's going to get bought on this, or this is going to revert back down to a sub 30. Sub 30. I think also because what was the team that had a bunch of people that were sick with coronavirus? What was the team? Last week it was announced that some team, was it the NBA? What team was it? You guys remember? I don't remember. I'm trying to find it. 16 out of 3. Oh, it's just 16 out of 302. Oh, here we go. 16 out of 302 players tested positive for coronavirus. It's a 5.3% rate of positive tests in the league. Commissioner Adam Silver said the numbers were roughly as expected and that none of the 16 were seriously ill. So I think that might have caused, I don't know. I've been holding my breath from the last few weeks. And again, maybe I should be less enthusiastic or optimistic if nothing else. It's told me that the great majority of our players have been doing exactly what they should have been doing, which is keeping safe. Again, 1 is too many, but 150 would have been devastating. He said, well, I think 1 would be concerning, but God forgive me, I'm somewhat relieved that the number was not higher. I'm also relieved that we have had the foresight to identify the players that would be testing positive now because our goal, of course, is to make sure when guys do report to campus that they'd be reporting having been tested negative. So I think this could, we'll see how it is. Mandatory workouts begin July 1st. Teams participating in the restart can begin to arrive in Florida on July 7th. Training camps from July 9th to 29th. So, really depends here on, it really depends how that goes. Like right now, DKNG is a gamble. Like when you bring all these players together, like if one person or 5 people get sick, and then they're going to shut it down. And they're going to shut it down quick. It's going to happen quick. Like they're going to be like, nope, we can't let our players get sick. Which, I mean, you don't want your players to get sick. Can you imagine the level of medical care sports players would have if they got COVID? That's why Trump's immune. Everyone around Trump got COVID, but he's getting his blood replaced every other day. Like he's getting his blood run through with a 20-year-old. He's getting pushed through. That's why the high doesn't last as long for him. Just kidding for Trump supporters. I'm sorry. I had to. I'm sorry. Like some people just make it an easy target, I was just joking. We do have a bit of a Fed heavy week this week, just so you're aware. We do have Fed minutes on Wednesday coming out tomorrow. Jerome Powell. So just be aware, this week is gonna be a little bit wild. Gonna be a little bit wild with the Fed and all that's going on right now with tech dipping. What's Apple doing this morning? Anybody know? Apple's down. I mean, basically break even, but down a little bit. We'll see. I mean, I think this open's going to be really, really interesting. For earnings today, I don't know if anyone's playing earnings this week. Nothing really great, but we got MU and we got FedEx. MU's aftermarket close today. FedEx aftermarket close tomorrow. I mean, I think FedEx, I don't know about MU. I haven't actually traded MU in a little while. MU's holding. MU, if you want. I mean, I think MU could squeeze up to 52, 54. What is their implied volatility? Implied volatility, we'll see if this gets a little bit of an increase. Right now, implied volatility is a little bit low, 89% for this week. So let's see if we can get MU above 100% to see if we can sell some premium in there. And then FedEx. I mean, we'll talk about more about FedEx tomorrow, but FedEx, it's basically been chilling. It's been holding. I expect them to do well. I just don't know. I just don't know if I, 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 I just don't know. if the additional costs for the coronavirus are gonna outweigh. Sorry guys, I didn't mean to get political in the chat. Like, I don't really like. I'm not thrilled right now. Like, my personal opinion, I'm not thrilled with either candidate. If I was 75 years old, I think the last thing I'd want to do is become president. You know, the only thing probably at 75 years old I'm probably looking for is a bedpan, not to wake up in the middle of the night to see who bombed who. You know, so I don't know what's going on. I don't know what I'm gonna do this election. Honestly, I don't know what I'm gonna do. You know, and that's my personal opinion. I know I poke fun. I poke fun at Biden too. You know, it is what it is. Corn pop. You know, like these guys just make it so easy. So easy. Yeah, chill, guys. Doesn't matter who you're voting for. I make fun of both sides equally. And right now, they're just it's just having fun, you know. With all the political news and all the political ads we're seeing, I'll tell you right now, on Facebook, I'm going to opt out. On Facebook, they're letting you opt out of political ads, which is kind of like shooting Facebook in their foot if you think about it. But I'm going to opt out of political ads just because your mental state just can't take it. You know, you just can't take it. Yeah, Joe Biden said he's going to beat Joe Biden. Then he said Joe said if you're not black, then you don't know. You know, you're like, whatever. Like what's going on? Like, what I think both sides can agree on. We need someone younger, fresh ideas, shake things up a little bit. So I don't know. We're in a tough time with our country because, you know, we have an election year. Our country's literally on fire. We're facing a pandemic. They're tearing down statues. They're burning buildings. People are getting killed. Meanwhile, there's an election going on. So I don't know, honestly, who's to blame for what. And honestly, I don't care. I just know that, hey, we're all in the same boat together. We're all on, like, in the pandemic. We're all in this together. Let's figure it out together. It doesn't matter who did what to who or who did what to what. Like, let's figure out, like, don't focus, like, politicians, they focus on the problems. They don't focus on the solutions. Like, when you're in business, you focus on solutions, not problems. Like, when we're looking at the stock market, we're focused on, like for Facebook, you know, people right now are focused on the problems, but my mentality is like, hey, they're going to work on a solution. That's the opportunity. The opportunity is the solution. You know? So, regardless of who you're voting for or whatever, we need to start thinking about solutions. We can't just put Band-Aids on it and say, good luck, guys. We'll kick the can for another 4 years. So, it's just crazy. Yeah, I don't think Elon would want that. I mean, Elon, honestly, I don't even think Elon likes being CEO. like he's just in that place that because it's the company that he's invested in and he wants to lead that company. But I honestly think that he would, and that's why he tweeted out that he wanted to take it private. He doesn't like the public aspect he wants to do what he wants to do, but he needs to be public because he needs that cash flow. You know, Tesla wasn't making money for the last 11 years or whatever. Like he needs the investor money, but with investor money becomes investor relations. It becomes public relations. It becomes, you know, and that's why he wilds out. Boy wilds out, starts smoking weed. He goes crazy. You know, like then he starts tweeting crazy things, and the SEC comes and slaps him on the wrist for $10 million, and he laughs because he just got this major bonus. Don't care about $10 million. However, I don't really agree with him like trying to hurt investors, like tweeting things that would make the stock price go down, and then tweeting LOL, because the people that are invested in your stock are people that believe in you. Like, don't spit in their faces, man. That's not cool. Like being long Tesla and he like tries to tear down his own stock. Like, that does not sit right with me. Imagine Portnoy. I don't So I get the whole Portnoy shtick. I don't know if you guys don't know who he is, but he's the founder of Barstool, and he started trading stocks during the pandemic. I follow him on Twitter just because it's entertaining, and that's what it is, entertaining. I mean, he's worth $100 million or whatever because he owns a bunch of Penn stock because he got bought out, whatever. Right? And Portnoy, the thing is, I get confused when he's joking and when he's serious. Is he just joking? Like, let me know. Is he just joking the entire time? Because I'm like, nobody in his right mind who invests can really think that. And he does have, I do like he does have a very us versus herd mentality because, you know, he calls it's him versus the suits, the Wall Street suits that are, you know, wrecking the stock market, right? And, you know, he goes long on some of he doesn't understand why it goes down. He doesn't understand why the stock market goes down. He doesn't understand why certain stocks go down. He just thinks stocks go up. I mean, I get that's his thing, but I don't know. I also think that the Wall Street bets type dudes, like, it's not sustainable and you need some accountability. But I just don't understand, like, a guy like Portnoy who's 100% joking, that's just pushing money out there. They have him on CNBC talking stocks. And I get that he's worth a lot of money, but the money did not come from stocks. The money did not come from being a good investor. The money did not come from, you know, it's not like having Warren Buffett on there who made his money in the stock market and who made his money buying companies up and, you know, that and growing his money through business. I don't know. It's just kind of weird that, I mean, CNBC's gotten a little bit like TMZ-ish where they're just like trying to, I don't even know what market they're catering to because like what person's going to listen to him? I mean, and the people that are on CNBC, if he's on CNBC, they're going to take him as like a real strategist. They're not going to think of him. They don't see his Twitter. Like people, like older people on CNBC, like retail investors and stuff like that, they'll see like, oh, this guy's on CNBC. He must be credible. But then they go on his Twitter. They don't ever see his Twitter. His Twitter is like a complete joke, and he's just joking the whole time. And, you know, I don't know. WKHS. It just won't quit, will it? Where's the dip? Was the dip on June 25th? Was it to 750 and it came back up? That's it. I mean, RSI, yeah. I mean, RSI, it can't go. I mean, it almost can't go any higher than, like, this is RSA on the bottom. It almost can't go any higher right now. Look, gapped up to 12. What are these options here? I don't know. Tesla's up $7 this morning. Let's see. Amazon down 2. Kind of a mixed market. Beyond. Beyond. Baby girl. What you do with this? Sub 140. Sub 140. Low 130s. Oof. I mean, what? She's hurting. I don't know. So beyond their, what is it? The McDonald's ended their trial for Beyond. I don't know. You guys think people are going to drop Beyond during the pandemic just because they think people can't afford it or people don't want it? I mean, what do you think? Carl, Twilio. Just so you guys know, I do read every comment. Aditya, people putting in their life savings in the stock. Elon meant the stock was a little too high, like a few points. Yo, what's up with Elon fighting with Jeff Bezos? You know, like what is he doing? Oh, it looks like Zoom is dropping. I just got an alert here. Oof. Twilio still squeezing up. I mean, if you're looking at the 1-year chart on Twilio, Carl, Twilio is still squeezing up. However, it's range bound right now. It looks like between 210 and 220. So just keep an eye on this range. Try to break out, but now it's back under. So let's see what happens today. Does this get bought up? Does it get pushed up or not? This is very, 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 very important. Tesla just cut down like $7. BA's up 5%. So we'll see what happens. Do you think it can hit 230? I do, Carl. I do think it could hit 230, but I don't know when. Like if it's stuck under 220, it's gonna have a hard time. It needs to break, and then people bought this breakout. See that people bought that, and then now today's pushing down below. So if it can stabilize right around here, 220, create some sort of base, and then push up, that would be an ideal situation. And Nasdaq's down 40 points. Dow's up 140. S&P's up 2. But S&P futures are defending 3,000 pretty good. Like yesterday last night dipped down to 29.83. Right now it's back above 3,000. So this could definitely push back up, but be careful this week. This is a Fed week. AMD, what are you doing? You're 49? Yeah, AMD is getting hit as well. Probably should have closed out my credit spread on AMD when I was up on it last week. And that's the thing, like for me, like I've noticed swing trading in this has become a bit unpredictable, unreliable. So I have to change my strategy up. I have to focus more on day trading. Swing trading was working great when we were having massive gaps up, gap downs, and then the stock market was relatively flat all day. But now, not so much. Check out the trend on tech. So if we can look at the Qs right now. I mean, the Qs dropped a lot from 250 down to 240, 239, and they're sub 240 right now. Could pull back to 230, low 230s here, but we'll see. I mean, it's only down 0.25%. Apple, what's Apple doing? Microsoft's down $1. I mean, not crazy. Apple's up. Apple's up $2. Apple could, I mean, if anything, Apple's going to push up a little bit higher here. Apple's been riding the 10-day, just crossed below, could push back up above the 10-day there. Could be an opportunity. Baba's getting lit. I traded Alibaba on day trade Friday and I lost $100. That was my alert from that Friday. It couldn't do anything. Glad I didn't hold Alibaba over the weekend, I'll tell you that much. I'm glad I cut and run. I mean, I was down on Friday. I was down about 225, 250, something like that, which is not horrible. I definitely expected to be worse. The only reason why I came back up was because of my day trades. All right, I'm getting my alerts for Zoom are blowing up. All right, Zoom's revisiting this area, but let's see what happens. I mean, Zoom is relatively still, I mean, obviously bullish. So let's see what happens. I mean, it got a little detached from the 10-day. Might be coming back into range for the 10-day. So we'll see what happens. I mean, it was riding this 10-day pretty nice and clean up on here, sort of like similar to Apple. But now it's pulling back a little bit. I mean, if you look at Apple, same situation, riding this really clean. It's below Apple right now, below the 10-day. So is it going to cross? It's trying to push back over right now. So we'll see what happens. Are they going to let it go? What are they going to do? I mean, SPY, I mean, you say SPY is very red. It's still green on the day, though. It's up 25 cents. We're still looking good. Docu. Yeah, let's talk about Docu. So DocuSign, I mean, I couldn't believe on Friday, DocuSign went from 165 to tap 180. I traded Zoom. So I bought the dip on Zoom on Friday. I made some money, but I was sitting there like, okay, actually I can buy Zoom or DocuSign. Which one do I want? I don't want to buy both because I don't want to be in that boat. I'll buy Zoom. Of course, DocuSign is the one that rips hard. But DocuSign, and the reason why I'm trading Zoom and DocuSign is the more there's talks about coronavirus, the more they're talking about this and that. DocuSign and Zoom are kind of like the safe haven, so that's why I've been trading those stocks, even though they're a little bit violent. I have been doing relatively well with the dips there. All right, S&P is coming back down to 3,000, just 3,002. Is trying to defend this area. Let's see, kind of a mixed, slow market right now. We have BA still up there, so we'll see what happens with Boeing. This could put a damper on Boeing. Banks are doing relatively well right now. JP Morgan, they sold off pretty good on Friday, but pushing back up to 93. We got Bank of America up 1.5%, trying to push 24 again. What's XLF at right now? XLF sub 23 could be an opportunity here to push back up to 23.50, 24 range. But we'll see. Here you go, Datadog right now getting hammered for all you Datadog traders over there. But I mean, pullback is expected after a nice run like this. I mean, if it can come down to 80 and push back up, would be ideal. Cisco. So Cisco, I mean, this is kind of moving with the rest of the sector. But Cisco 1 year, it does look a little bit bullish. Like it looks like it's going to break out. Range is getting tight here. I do think it's going to break out maybe to like 48.50 area. But I mean, if you're looking at Cisco stock here, it's not going to be the most exciting. They don't have like stocks like this. They don't have very many catalysts to push it higher. Like if you're thinking of a stock to break out and a stock to move on options, sure, you can get good at scalping Cisco. You can get good at trading intraday Cisco, just try to stack up your deltas and then make money on the movement, right? But if you're looking long term, like in this area, anywhere between like 45 and 50, you're stuck in this range bound, which we have. The only reason why we dip below is because of the pandemic. But if we didn't, we'd probably just be like this all year long. We'd just be like this. And now it's back in range. It's just going back and forth. So yeah, at 44, buy the dip. Right now it's like 46, so it's kind of in the mid. So I don't know what you want to do there. Usually, like for me, I would wait until it comes back down to 44, buy the dip, and have it push back up, get out for a few bucks. That's how I would play this chart. But right at 46, not that interesting to me. But it could break out. If it could push up above 48, could create some opportunity. But the past history here is not looking good around the 48.50 range. As you can see, it's gapped up, pushed lower. Pushed up, came back down. It's just not that good. Not that good for swing trading. If you're day trading, you could find some opportunity. But like I said, it's only moved like a couple bucks from low to high here in the last few days. So you gotta really plan your entries on there. You gotta be really disciplined if you're gonna trade Cisco. Not saying it can't be done. I just feel like there's a lot better opportunities out there than trading like this chop. All right, Facebook, where are you at? Facebook. Well, Shopify. Shopify is down 14. I don't know if anyone trades that. Shopify is getting a little toppy up here, so we'll see. Could have a nice. That would be crazy if it pulled back down to like 750. That'd be crazy. I think it could happen. We'll see. I don't really want to short it. I don't know. I'm on the fence about it. Now, Facebook's already bouncing back. 211. I just think that this is going to get bought. I mean, it's been enough already. Time to go long. Facebook. Yeah, I mean, Nasdaq just cracked. I mean, Nasdaq's down 100 points now. Just straight down. And I don't see any catalysts here other than rotation in the market. You know what I mean? Like, there's really not. I mean, money's being poured into the banks a little bit here, but things are everything's kind of falling right now. Apple's down as well. Apple just got hit here, 356. We're now sub 3K on the S&P. So, on a day like today where we opened up relatively flat, it tried to rip up, got rejected. I'm going to play it very careful, just try to focus on my day trade. What's the Fed got going on this week? So the Fed's got a little bit of a busy week. On Wednesday, they're going to release the minutes. Tuesday, pretty Fed heavy. Tuesday, we have the minutes. 12 p.m. Eastern, Jerome Powell. Also, Mr. Mnuchin. They're going to be talking about the Federal Reserve pandemic response. Get the lube ready, boys. We're going in. So, yeah, Tuesday, not so much today, but Tuesday and Wednesday. So I absolutely know that I'm probably not going to be putting on any swing positions right now. I'm going to be kind of focusing on day trading right now because I don't know what it wants to do. And the way that they're pumping these coronavirus numbers and the way that they're saying, we're all going to die again, it's not good for the stock market. So that is what is going on. Rough season ahead. Yeah, you're telling me, Beyond. I do trade Beyond. I think there's going to be an opportunity here, but dang. Down 11%. They're dropping this thing 15 points. Is there news on this thing? Oh, Beyond Meat gets a double downgrade. Beyond Meat stock falls after double downgrade. Ugh. Beyond Meat gets burned. Gotta love these headlines. Get the double downgrade. That's what I'm talking about. Double downgrade. A longtime bull on Beyond Meat has slashed his rating from the equivalent of buy to sell. You guys can't read that. Well, probably can't read it anyways. Skipping hold and joining the majority of Wall Street analysts who are lukewarm or cold towards the fake meat startup. Analysts don't often double downgrade stocks, but when they do, it hurts. I should just be like a stock commentator. Like all the drama. Usually stocks get downgraded one notch at a time, which makes Monday's ratings change. By Barclays analyst Benjamin Thurr. Particularly noteworthy, Thurr has had a buy rating on the share since he launched coverage in September 2019. The analyst did raise his price target for the stock. Thurr, according to reports, doesn't believe some of the coronavirus-induced business headwinds related to restaurant closures are adequately reflected in the stock price. About half of Beyond Meat's sales come in the food service distribution channel. About 80% of overseas sales are generated away from home at restaurants, according to the analyst. It makes sense. The restaurant sector, the whole restaurant sector is getting, it's screwed. It's screwed. Restaurant sales have been crimped by COVID-19, but Beyond Meat has been shifting volume to retail, offering new value-style packaging. Still, it isn't enough for Thurr to keep recommending this stock. So, that's one guy. Take it with a grain of salt, but that's wrecking some havoc. Homeboy's got some pull. But now, the problem with that right now, though, is it's back into this 120, 140 range here, which is good for trading if you're looking to trade. But I was excited that it broke out, but now it's not. So we'll see what happens. You got the double downgrade. There might be a buy the dip opportunity here. Just gotta wait it out. You don't want to just buy this. You don't want to just go, oh, here you go, I'll just put an entry in it because it's down $15. You don't want to do that. Just wait for it. Be patient. In this market, I found that where I make the most money is just be still, watch, relax. You'll know when the opportunity comes. Because it'll be a setup that you know that you nail every single time, or you have a high probability of nailing. And if you just buy this, you have a probably good probability of losing money. I mean, you could catch it and you could be like, oh, I caught the bottom. But how many times is that going to work for? It's better if it bases out and starts moving back and then putting in a little bit more size than like going in a little bit now. Like, you don't really want to do that. But with the market moving the way it is, not helping beyond, double downgrade, not helping beyond. But that's the restaurant. I mean, the restaurant side, I mean, we know the restaurants that are opening, especially like in Illinois, I mean, they're at like 25%. You can open up your restaurant, but it's at like 25% capacity. Like, how are the restaurants going to make money at 25% capacity? I don't know. Yeah, the whole restaurant industry they're screwed. They're screwed. And Beyond falls in that. That's why Beyond needs like the fast food. I mean, at least fast food has drive-thrus and stuff like that. But they needed Beyond needed that McDonald's partnership. They really did. Dunkin' Donuts just not enough for them. They needed that McDonald's partnership. In other news, though, the Russell's up almost 1%. Small caps are showing strength. If you guys are looking at the Russell, small caps are showing strength right now. You know, it looks like it's flagging here a little bit. Could push up to the upside here. Just made my fist $10 on the small futures. First $10. Congrats, Daniel. Feels good. Feels good to be on the winning side, even if it's just $10. Feels good. VXX calls. Yeah, VXX right now, 38 though. 38's been the top of the range, so it's going to be interesting to see if it pushes up here. Tesla's now in a free fall. It's run green to red, so that's very bearish. Green to red. Can it go back to green? Probably not. I mean, probably not. But now it's gone from green to red on Tesla, based around 950. I swear this is just coffee. Honestly, it is. The rate that things are moving down is about a bit suspect too. Like it's not like any panic selling. It's not dropping. It's just some selling. So it's not like concerning, you know. But Boeing right now, it's holding. Boeing's holding. So we'll see what happens. Facebook still is having some issues, but they're bottoming out here around like the 208 area today. So we'll see if there's an opportunity in here for Facebook. Maybe we can catch a ride here. I mean, it's already gone down 3%. What can it do? But other than that, not a whole lot going up, except for the banks. Starbucks is surprisingly green. I don't know how. It's having a rough ride. This can push. If Starbucks can push up, I mean, it's obviously looking very bearish right now. If it can break the 70 area, would be great for bears. Institutions don't panic up for the open. They have to put out ass, and it takes a lot of time for the big money to dive down the price. Yep. But other than that, I mean, it's just kind of chill this morning. Market's kind of mixed, mostly down. S&Ps are now down 12, sub 3K. So we'll see what happens, guys. We'll see what happens. I'll be making some more content today. I'm gonna pop off here. You guys all stay safe, stay green. It's us versus herd.